myself. I was just scrolling through YouTube. And I saw a thumbnail for like self-mastery, like a guide to self-mastery or tips and shit like that. And they got me thinking, I'll make a video about self-mastery. And I think I'm going to make this video not because I feel like I've achieved self-mastery, but because I think the closest I'm right now the best I've ever been. And I'm going to talk about how I got to this point. You know, in other words, like the lessons and the tips and advice for me. Alarm interrupted my video. A couple of things off the top in my head come to mind first are I'm trying to find the right words because I'm not good at getting the feelings and thoughts in my head out in words. In my head, it all sounds concise, deliberate, and like complete. When I talk, sometimes I feel like I sound like an idiot because I just won't even talk. I'll trying to find the right words to get it out. And so this isn't going to be exactly what's in my head, but as best as I can articulate it right now. Number one, is realizing that you're not important. And I'll elaborate. Of course, you're important to some people and some things, but in the bigger scope, you're not important at all. You die, and your work moves on. You die, and your family lives on. You die, and people come to and from, and they still go to the grocery store, and they're still laying down watching YouTube. They're still working. They're still sleeping. When you die, for the incredible majority of life on this planet, you don't even notice. Right now, there are people preparing to kill themselves. The darkest moments of their life are about to end, about to do it themselves. While I've been recording this video, I think statistically at least one or two people have killed themselves. And it doesn't have any effect on my life beyond my own thoughts and my feelings about it. I often think when I'm an old man, I know how I want to go. I know exactly how I want to go. I've known it for a long time. I want to go in the mountains out in Tahoe. Probably with some pills, something to take me easy in my sleep or something like that. And I want to be looking at the lake and the mountains, thinking about my life. I love Lake Tahoe. I love the mountains. I love that lake. I love that forest. Very peaceful. Reminds me of being like my childhood. And that's how I want to go. And so I've often thought, when that happens, I'll be hopefully a little bit older. I'd like to go in my 60s or 70s, I imagine. 80s if I can still be pretty mobile. I think that'd be great. My mind is sound. I'm going before my mind lets me, before it, crumbles. I often think that day or evening or morning or night when I'm getting ready to pass, knowing that it's coming. Like right now, like a young couple is out on their first date. and they're having a great time. And right now, somebody's getting murdered. And right now, a lot of people are sleeping. And right now, a coyote just got hit on the side of the road, and it's in pain and suffering as it dies in the cold. And right now, parents are watching their child die in a hospital. Now, right now, everything is always happening. I know I'll be thinking about that because I'm thinking about it right now. And back to the point of the video, it's important. One of the things to self-mastery is realizing that you're not important, but you are important to the people around you. But the more that you accept that you're not important, but you accept it not in a negative or a depressing or a boo-hoo, woe is me way, some existential nonsense. It's important to understand that you're not important. It makes you appreciate life more, I think. So, number one, guide to self-mastery, realizing you're not important, coming to terms with it and accepting it. Number two, that's clear number one. Realizing that you are completely full of shit. Realizing you're always putting on a front, generally speaking, depending upon where you're at, who you're with, you're putting on a front, putting on a face, putting on an attitude, putting on a mask. This isn't some deep, like, I'm 14 and this is deep kind of bullshit, but what I mean is, you're full of shit. Your ego is always present. Like, even when I started this video, it's like, oh, find the right angle. Should I look thoughtful and wistful? Like this, as I smoke. It's hard to get rid of the ego. I'm not sure if you ever can while you're alive. I think you can get pretty close. But realizing that you're full of shit, and that you're dumb, that you are weak, that you are very oftentimes pathetic. What's up, dude? He's a Momo. That's number two. Number three, Morgan brought it to mind too. Hey, Momo, come on. Your freaking paws, dude. Come on. Come, you gotta come closer, mister. Go down. Come closer. Come here. Come closer. Come here. Come closer. Come here. Come closer. Come here. I think this is what he wants. Come here. Come here. This is what you want. You want your daddy. Come on. Number three. Morgan brought it to mind. Come on. He's a good boy. It's compassion. Having the ability to feel not what others are feeling, but to feel their sadness in a sense. Not their complete sadness. I can't feel the sadness of a mother that just lost her son, but I can feel sorrow and deep pain for that person. And I can know that that's you okay? Something I never want to experience. And compassion is very important. If you're not compassionate, you either have a psychological problem or you're so full of shit and you think you're important. There you go. If you don't have compassion, it's funny how that works out. If you're not compassionate, you either actually have like a psychological problem, like a medical issue, or you are full of shit and you think you're important. And my number 1 and 2 so far in this list have been you're not important, accepting that, knowing it, and realizing that you are completely full of shit. Compassion is very important. Trying to find the right words. And That doesn't mean that you're always, living compassion. Like my job, my full-time job. I'm not super compassionate. It's not a compassionate job, but you can have a job. Fucking alarm. You can have a job, for example, like mine, where I don't work with. I am not helping people directly like I used to, like I still do part-time at my other job. I'm a parts guy at a distribution center. My parts room is in a truck shop. But you can still be compassionate towards the people that you work with. You can be friendly, you can be caring, you can go out of your way to talk to them and to listen to them. People want to be listened to. Even I, with the ego, people want to be listened to. You can do what you do and be compassionate without directly, saving someone like a trauma surgeon or something. Number 4, checking yourself. Mastery is when you realize that this is my list, to me, about me, for me, but just making a video, is checking yourself. In other words, what I'm trying to say is understanding when you're about to have a moment, when you're about to get fucking mad, but you check yourself and you don't say what you used to say, and you don't respond the way you used to respond. And you just kind of internalize, okay, like almost say to yourself in your head, this is a trigger moment. I am in a full-blown trigger moment, but you don't allow yourself to get completely triggered. You acknowledge, I'm triggered, and your old responses would be fight or flight or both. In my case, both. You just check it and you just stop and you hold yourself, and then you contain it. And you respond differently. You respond more measured, more calm, and more appropriately, less crazy shit. Anything else that comes to mind? Those 4 are pretty good. Right now, we're going to call it there, actually. This video, Guide to Self-Mastery, Cody's version. 1, realize that you are not important. Number 2, understand that you are completely full of shit. Number 3, be compassionate. And number 4, the ability to control your emotions.